Hey everyone, my name is Anthony. I'm the creator of Knicks Nation. As the trading deadline approaches, the New York Knicks are in a bit of a bind and need to make some moves in order to improve their team. In this video, I'm going to analyze 3 different trade scenarios that they can pursue to get back into contention. The Knicks are in a tough spot as the trading deadline approaches. They have a lot of decisions to make. They can either bolster their bench or stand pat and keep their picks in hopes of landing someone in this coming NBA draft. Now, the New York Knicks have a boatload of first-round picks, and my thought process in all of this is, hey, you have to use those picks. Let's say you draft the 2 players in this upcoming draft. You own the Dallas Maverick pick and you own your own pick. Right now, you would be drafting in the 20s in the NBA draft. Where would those players play is my whole thought process, which is why I think this trading deadline come February is very key for the New York Knicks, very vital for them to make a couple of moves here to improve their roster. You don't want to be in the play-in tournament. You want to be in the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to share my screen and see if we can find some deals for the New York Knicks. All right, so let's attempt to give Cam Reddish a home. There was rumors that the Dallas Mavericks were interested in Cam Reddish. So let's see what the Dallas Mavericks can offer the New York Knicks. We'll add them as team 1. We'll add the Knicks as team 2. We'll go down here. We'll put Cam Reddish trade to the Mavericks. Now, there was a rumor saying Reggie Bullock would be included in the deal for Cam Reddish. To me, I do not like that deal at all because I think the Reggie Bullock, look, his time has come and passed. You should have signed him instead of Evan Fournier. Why go back to him? Especially this season. He's not having a great year at all. Not shooting the ball well. He's pretty much a defender at this point. And to me, trading Cam Reddish for just a, defender off the bench who, I get it. He has chemistry with Julius Randle. He has chemistry with some of the guys. So maybe, when this rumor came out, I was like, this is such a Knicks move to make. But yeah, let's trade some picks to the New York Knicks. There was rumors that the Dallas Mavericks would be trading 2 second-round picks to them. So let's trade to the Knicks, second-round pick to the Knicks. We own the Dallas Mavericks first-round pick. Keep that in mind this coming draft. So let's, instead of Reggie, let's see if we can get JaVale McGee. Because right now, Mitchell Robinson is hurt. And right now you have Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein in place of Mitchell Robinson. So the Knicks are going to need, they have bigs, but do you want another backup big? I don't know. Let's see if this would work. It works. So you get 2 second-round picks from the Dallas Mavericks, JaVale McGee to back up Jericho Sims, because right now Isaiah Hartenstein is not playing well at all. So Cam Reddish, his value right now to me is pretty much non-existent because the Knicks decided in December that they're not going to play him. So teams negotiating with the New York Knicks, all the leverage is in their favor because they can just be like, hey, we don't know what Cam Reddish is right now. He was in Atlanta. It didn't work out there. He went to New York. It didn't work out there. So maybe it's not the organizations. Maybe it is the player. So, right now the Knicks don't really have too much leverage on their side. But honestly, I would take a big rather than, take Reggie Bullock because I think we can get a 3-and-D guy somewhere else. So right now, JaVale McGee, 2 second-round picks to the Knicks. It works. So that's trade 1. Trade 2, let's try to get a shooter coming off the bench. In my opinion, the New York Knicks need another shooter coming off the bench. There was a rumor that Gary Trent may have been available. So I'm going to try to acquire Gary Trent because I do think Gary Trent on the New York Knicks would be amazing. He's a scorer. He's a defender. You're going to have to give up a lot to get him. But in my opinion, I would. Not even making that much money. Great player, man. That'll be the ultimate piece to me. Gary Trent is one of those players where, look, you give up a first-round pick for him. Maybe the Raptors want, more in return. But, if I was Leon Rhodes and Scott Perry, I would be calling the Toronto Raptors and seeing what would it take to get Gary Trent. So let's see. I know this is going to hurt for some Knicks fans, but like I said, you're going to have to give up to get Gary Trent. So we're going to trade Obi Toppin to the Toronto Raptors, and we're going to give them a first-round pick. I don't want to give them a first-round pick this season because this NBA draft is deep. Maybe they want this first-round pick this season. Maybe that'll lessen the load because they know that, this upcoming draft is pretty deep, and maybe that intrigues the Toronto Raptors. Who knows, right? But let's just give them, let's see if this works. I'm just going to try to trade them the Dallas Mavericks pick, and then I don't think this would make the money work because Trent Let's trade Trent to the Knicks. I don't think that'll work. No. Knicks are unable to complete this trade since they are now a tax-paying team after this trade. They only take back. All right, so we're going to have to give the Toronto Raptors more because Obi Toppin only makes $5 million a year. Gary Trent makes 17.5. So let's try this again. Let's go to the New York Knicks. Let's go to the Toronto Raptors. Okay. I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to unload Evan Fournier on them. But in order to do that, you're going to have to give up another first. So let's trade him to the Raptors. Let's give them a young player, Obi Toppin, in return. Let's go Gary Trent to the New York Knicks. Let's give them Dallas's pick this season. Trade to the Raptors, and we're going to give them another heavily protected first-round pick. Since we gave them Dallas's pick, we're going to give them a 2025 first-round pick. Let's trade that to the Raptors. Let's see if this works. All right, hear me out. You're giving up Obi Toppin. To the Knicks fans, this may seem like a lot, right? You're giving up Obi Toppin, first-round pick. You're essentially giving them already 3 first-round picks. But hear me out. Adding Gary Trent to this team right now, pairing him with Jalen Brunson, maybe you start him, maybe you bring him off the bench, depending how you want to use Quentin Grimes. If you want to slide Quentin Grimes to the bench unit, if you want to. Look, this, to me, improves the Knicks drastically. And I know giving up Obi Toppin to a lot of Knicks fans, they don't want to do it. It hurts, I know. But eventually, you're going to have to make decisions on your young players. And right now, I wouldn't give up Manuel quickly. He's one of the best defenders in the league in terms of metrics. So plant your flag on a couple of guys. Quentin Grimes, Manuel quickly. Obi Toppin, we don't know the potential of him. The Knicks haven't used him well. But eventually, you're going to have to start paying these guys. And to me, these are the tough decisions as a general manager of the New York Knicks that you have to make. You're giving away some protected picks. Granted, the Dallas pick isn't protected, but it probably won't convey if the Dallas Mavericks just fall on the face of the earth this season, which I don't think they do. So you're getting rid of Evan Fournier's contract. You're getting rid of Obi Toppin, a fan favorite, my favorite. I know one of my favorite Knicks on the team. Look, 2 first-round picks, lottery protected 2025 first-round pick, the Dallas pick, but you're getting Gary Trent Jr., averaging 18.5 points a game, shooting the 3 at a high percentage, plays great defense. To me, I would do this trade, and if I was Leon Rose and Scott Perry, I would advise them to do this trade because this helps out the Knicks tremendously. You have Jalen Brunson, Barrett. You still have your core. Brunson, Barrett, Randall. Then you have Trent off the bench, Grimes, quickly. We acquired JaVale McGee. We're getting somewhere right now. And I think Gary Trent Jr. is, I want to say the final piece, but he would be a big addition come this deadline. All right, so that is the second trade that I would do. Third trade now. Let's see. What would I would do? Let's add the New York Knicks. And we acquired a 3-and-D guy off the bench. We got JaVale McGee. We gave Cam Reddish another home. We got 2 second-round picks in return. So keep that in mind when you're trading those 2 first-round picks. The Knicks have a boatload of first-round picks. So let's go down the list. You have Derrick Rose, but do the Knicks want to continue to have Derrick Rose on their team? He's a good mentorship. He's not playing right now, but he's a good leadership guy in the locker room. He's been through it all, former MVP. It's good to have him around. So I don't think that they want to trade him. There was reports that Emmanuel Quickley is now pretty much not going to be traded come deadline. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of contract they offer him during his contract negotiations. So, McBride, I think McBride minutes goes away when you acquire Gary Trent. So I do think those 2 trades, if the Knicks were to pull off something like that, like get Cam Reddish home, and bring in Gary Trent, or for instance, let's try to acquire another 3-and-D guy. So let's go to Houston. Eric Gordon's name has been rumored. So let's see what would it take for the Knicks to acquire Eric Gordon. Now, let's trade him to the Knicks. I don't think it's going to acquire much. I think you're going to have to trade Fournier, and maybe you're going to have to trade a first-round pick. Let's give them Milwaukee, 2025 first-round pick, trade to the Rockets. I'm pretty sure this would work, yeah. So you're getting rid of Evan Fournier. You're probably going to have to give up more to get Eric Gordon, but you're giving the Houston Rockets a first-round pick and you're getting a three-point shooter coming off the bench. You see the trend here. You see where I'm going. The Knicks they're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in terms of bench scoring off the bench. They don't shoot the three well. The guys off the bench, McBride, Quickly's been inconsistent. So if you bolster up your bench with more scoring, and you acquire a guy like Eric Gordon, you acquire a guy like Gary Trent Jr., to me, that solidifies them as a top 6 team in the East. So I went down, a few scenarios. We can either do the Gary Trent scenario or go to a more safe route in Eric Gordon, acquiring Evan Gordon. I don't think the Knicks would dabble in the Gary Trent Jr. scenario because just the way they have made trades, they don't like coming off on the losing end of the stick. They don't like giving up too much. They always like, when they're negotiating in trades, they always want to come off as a team that, quote unquote, rob the other team. But that's good business. I get it. But sometimes in the NBA, you have to take these risks. And I don't think the Knicks have made that risk yet. And I think this trading deadline, they have to make some type of risk. Because if you're going to pay Emmanuel Quickly, you're already committed to Jalen Brunson. You've committed to RJ Barrett. You've committed to Julius Randle. Mitchell Robinson has a team-friendly deal. If you add a player like Gary Trent Jr., just makes the team better, man. And that's what I want. That's what Knicks fans want. You're not going to use all of your first-round picks in terms of drafting players. You traded a first-round pick this past summer in order to acquire Jalen Brunson. Things like that are tough decisions general managers and organizations have to make. And the Knicks are due. They're due for a tough decision. That Obi Toppin trade to the Raptors probably wouldn't make the fan base happy, but at the same time, you're acquiring a good player in Gary Trent Jr., and I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I would actually like it, man. Leon Rose has to show us something here. They have to make one of these deals that shakes something up. You can't get caught up in potential. You can't keep all of your young players year in, year out. We got caught up in Kevin Knox. We got caught up in Frank Ntilikina. You can't wait till it's too late. And I get it. Obi Toppin has shown flashes here, but to me, that's a move I would make. But here, you're getting Eric Gordon, Evan Fournier, giving up a first-round pick. Maybe the Houston Rockets want more than that. But, the trend here is bolstering up your bench, maybe acquiring another big now that the Mitchell Robinson injury has come about. If you don't believe in Hartenstein or Sims, we've seen what the Knicks look like without Mitchell Robinson, and it is not pretty. So yeah, we're going to go through it again. These are the trades right here that I pointed out to you guys and that I've tried to acquire. We're giving away Cam Reddish. We're getting 2 second-round picks. We're getting JaVale McGee in return. Then we're acquiring Gary Trent Jr. That's this trade that shakes things up, giving them 2 first-round picks and Obi Toppin, getting Gary Trent Jr. And then if you don't want to go that route, we're getting Eric Gordon, giving away Evan Fournier, and giving them a first-round pick as well. I don't want the Knicks to stand pat this deadline. I don't think they can. I don't want to see them stay in the play-in tournament. They're too talented right now. You have an all-star playing point guard that's playing out of his mind. Julius Randle's playing also really well. RJ Barrett's starting to come on his own. Show the guys that you're willing to do what it takes to win, and that's what you have to do in the NBA. Make these tough decisions. Make some trades that shake things up. Hopefully they'll work out. But which trade do you hate? Which trade do you love? We're just having some fun here. Once again, I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. Let's go Knicks. Peace.